I'm now going to record Daf Pedalid part 2. We learned before that a klicheres can't become Tami Tumas Midras, either because the Midras is compared to a Zav or the Midras is compared to a Nida. Just like a Zav and Nida have Tahar b'mikvah, a Midras has to have Tahar b'mikvah. Question was, so then why is a mat made of wood which doesn't have a base kibble, how can it become Tami Tumas Midras if it doesn't have Tahar b'mikvah? The answer is, since it's made out of wood, wood does have tahar b'mikvah when wood is made with a base kibble. Rava says, I have another reason why midras klicheres is tar. Why klicheres cannot be a midras. Mehacha, the source is from here, and it's an elegant proof. The Torah says, "V'chol kli pasuach asher ein samit pasel alav." If you have a klicheres which is open, and it's an oil ames, the klicheres can become tamei because the tumor from the oil penetrates through the open klicheres. Ha yesh samit pasel alav, but if there is a cover, a seal on top of the klicheres, tar, it's tar, because the tumor of the room cannot penetrate the klicheres because it's not mekabel tumor from its exterior. But mila yaskina diachdinu leishtay nida. But what would be if the man would have dedicated this large klicheres as a place for his wife to lie down on, even when she's a nida? So then, it is mekabel tumah from its exterior, because midras can be even on the exterior. So why then is the keli not tami b'oil ames? The answer is v'kamar. Yet it says v'amar Rachmana, the Torah says tor, that if it has a seal on top, there is no way that it can become tamei. So you see that a klicheres, as long as it has a seal on top, there's no way it can become tamei, even al yedei midras. So we've had a number of reasons why a klicheres can't become tamei b'midras. We had two sources because it doesn't have tahar b'mikvah, and Rava had this raya that if it would be able to become tamei b'midras, then it would also be tamei b'oil ames, even if it has a cover on top. Rashi in Erevin has another explanation. He says that a klicheres can break easily, so therefore all klicheres cannot become tamei b'midras because not something people would lie down on. It's a davar pela when the Gemara here brings us psukim and rayas from the Amiroim. Rashi finds a svara that the reason why klicheres is not mekabel tumah b'midras is because it might break. But the Tosefta says that glass also is not mekabel tumah's midras. So the Mikdash David asks, and why not? So the Mikdash David points out that if it would be because ein lo tahar b'mikvah, so then glass yesh lo tahar b'mikvah because it's similar to metal. But now that Rashi gave another reason, interesting where he found the reason. Now that he gave a reason because people don't use cheres as a midras because it can break, so people don't use glass as a midras either. So that's why the Tosefta says the glassware is excluded from Tumas midras. Maybe Rashi worked backwards. Once he saw the Tosefta that glass is not mekabel Tumas midras, he felt that according to the Tosefta there must have been another reason because it would break and people would use it for midras. The Mishnah Menayin Laruga Shehi Shishal Shisha Tvachim. Again, if you have a sefer in front of you, imagine that the sefer is 6 by 6 Tvachim. How do you know Shazarim B'toicha Chamishe Zerainim? How do you know you can plant 5 different species of seeds? Arba Larba Ruchas Aruga Ba'achas Ba'amtza. Let me explain. On the top of your sefer, along the entire top, but stop before you get to the right side and stop before you get to the left side. So the top, besides for the two ends, can be planted with seed A. Along the right side of your sefer, okay, as long as you step back from the corner, okay, you can plant seed B as long as you stop before the corner. On the bottom, you can plant seed C, again, as long as you stay away from the corners. And on side D, you can also plant another one as long as you stay away from the corners. And you can plant one seed in the center. We'll explain why in a second. So therefore, you can have 5 seeds in an area of 6 by 6 tfachim. Now the reason is because Chazal knew, we'll see in a second. Okay, anyway, I'll explain in a second. Shenemar, there's a pasuk, Yikaretz Toitzi Tzimcha Chagana Zeru El Tatzmiach, like the land will put out its tzemach, its growth, and like a garden will make its seeds grow. Zara Leinemar, it doesn't say Zara singular, Ella Zeru El, it says plural. Explain. My mashma. Amar of Yudah says, Kikaretz Toitzi Tzimcha, Tzimcha is singular, so Toitzi is Chad, that's one seed. So Taitzi is one. Simcha is Chad. Taitzi is singular is one. Simcha is also singular is Chad. That's another one. Haray Trey. That's 2. Zeru El is plural. That makes Trey is 4. ha'arba, tatzmiach is chad, another one, ha'chamisha, that's 5, and the kimlu, the Rabbanan had a tradition, the chamsha, b'shisa, layanki mihadadi. At 5, zar'ainim will be able to work in 6 tvachim, and they won't be yoinik from each other. So, even though so now, if you have a 6 by 6 and you have a zera in the middle, so the zera in the middle from the line on top is 3 tvachim apart. So you have a tefach and a half and a tefach and a half, because each one has yanika of a tefach and a half. Same thing from the zera in the middle to the line at the bottom is 3 tvachim. So it's a tefach and a half going from the seed in the middle down, and a tefach and a half from the bottom up, and the same to the sides. But if not for the pasuk, even though the Chachamim knew the shir yanika, but if not for the pasuk, they would have maybe thought it's still considered mixed together. It's kamash malan that it's not considered mixed together. Let me explain better. Since we left out, l'chayri, you can ask a kasha, the line on top, even though we stopped before the end, but from the tip of the line on top on the right side, and the tip of the line along your right side, close to the top, would be less than 3 tvachim. So if it's less than 3 tvachim, they're yonik from each other. The Teretz says that it's only usher when they're yonik from each other, and there's arvuvia, also when it's mixed together. But since one is running south-north and the other is running east-west, so there's no arbuvia. So as long as you have some space, it's good enough. So that's why you have to have the shape that I said. You can run along the whole top but stop before the ends, run along both sides but stop before the ends, and run along the bottom, stop before the ends. And the middle is one seed in the middle. So therefore there's 3 tefachim from the seed in the middle to every side, which means you have a tefach and a half yanika for each plant. And as far as the corners are concerned, even though it's less than 3 tefachim from the bottom of your right plant to the right side of your bottom plant, but nevertheless, since they're in they're in perpendicular directions, it's not called barbuvia. And therefore Chazal knew that it's a tefach and a half, and they knew also that if you plant it this way, it's not called arbuvia either. Anyways, we'll continue Meretz Hashem. The next time I'll try to record Matzai Shabbos, and it means I think we'll see, maybe we won't be behind. Anyway, Kol Tiv, everybody should have a good Yontiv, and everybody should be healthy, and we should see each other soon in good health. Kol Tiv.